This is problem number 22 from the January 2016 Geometry Regents exam. So in this diagram, we're told that the line CD is the altitude drawn to the hypotenuse of this right triangle. So because of this, we can use the altitude and hypotenuse theorem. So if we label the distance of the altitude as h, and let's call this distance here x and this distance y, we know from the theorem that h squared is going to equal x times y. Now we're going to be using that to help us figure out which one of these is the correct answer. For example, well, first of all, we're looking for a altitude measure of 6 root 2. So probably the easiest thing to do right off the bat is figure out what h squared is, or the altitude distance squared. So let's go ahead and do that. So 6 root 2 squared is the same thing as 6 squared times root 2 squared, which is 36 times 2, and that gets us 72. Now that we know that, we need to look for which two distances AD and DB, when multiplied together, give us the same answer, 72. Now, however, for this problem, we're being asked to find out which lengths would not produce that altitude measurement. So we're trying to find out which one does not make this equation true. So let's start off by looking at option number 1. This one says that the length of A to D is 2, and the length from D to B is 36. So that's our y value. Now you'll notice if we multiply those two numbers together, we do get 72, which is matching what we wanted. So that one does produce the correct altitude, which means it's not the correct answer for this problem. Let's now take a look at option number 2. That one says the length of AD is 3, and that the line from A to B is 24. So that's the whole distance across. So if the whole distance across is 24, and we know the x distance is 3, we could take 24 minus 3 to get the y distance. And 24 minus 3 is 21. So we'll do 3 times 21, which gets us 63. And there's our problem. See, we don't get the same answer as 72. So option number 2 is the length that does not produce the correct altitude measurement. All right, and that is all for this video. Hope that was helpful, and thanks for visiting JD's Regents Preparation.